Welcome into our Pickswise 2022-2023 NBA preview as we look at conference champions odds for both the East and West. I'm Mark Zinno, joined by Prop Holliday, a.k.a. Bobby Stanley, as we look to the conference championship slate here, or conference champion odds, Bobby, for the East and the West. Where are you going?
Going with the Bucks out of the East, the Milwaukee Bucks. I had them winning the East last year if Chris Middleton didn't get hurt. They quietly add Joe Ingles, who should come back after All-Star break because of an ACL injury. He should be a major contributor for them by the time the postseason comes around. Obviously, the 76ers are a very interesting story. I think it's going to be these two in the conference finals for the East. Boston's tough. Boston's tough because we saw how important Udoka was to the success of that team. And I do love the addition of Malcolm Brogdon to them as a sixth man. But give me the Bucks. They should have been back last year. They'll get back this year. Bucks to win the East.
All right, my picks for the East and the West. I will take the aforementioned Sixers in the East. It's their time. It's got to be their time. If it doesn't happen this year, Bobby, it's never going to happen. You may as well break that whole thing up and start all over from the beginning. I honestly feel that way. They have the coach, they have the stars, they have the players, they have the defense. This better be their year. If they can't get over the hump, guess what? It's probably not going to happen. You're going to start to see some major changes. Out in the West, I have to look to the LA Clippers. They are a sneaky, deep team. When you get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard healthy for a better part of 70 games, if we can get that, this is the best team in the West as long as they stay healthy. If that's the case, I think you're looking at a great finals matchup between two teams that would be lusting after an NBA title in Philadelphia and the Clippers. So that's where I'm going. Any final thoughts here on possible outliers for conference championships that you look at, for conference champions, I should say?
Outliers, long shots. We talked about it before. I think the Pelicans can really make a jump. What we've seen them do, what we saw them do last year when McCollum and Brandon Ingram actually played together. I think they were 11-2. There weren't that many games that they played together. And now they're adding Zion back. Defensively, I do love Herbert Jones. I do think they have the potential to be a top 4 seed and be a really tough out for teams like the Warriors and Clippers, how they match up defensively. It's a lot of young guys, a lot of inexperience. They could make some noise, but if you're looking for an outlier, I'll roll with the Pelicans out of the West.
I'll ask you one more about the Brooklyn Nets because they still seem to have low odds given the names of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. It's been tumultuous. It's been all over the place. But I think when you draw 93 feet and you put Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on it, guess what? 94 feet, I should say. But when you put them both on it, regardless, you got a really good basketball team there. Have we forgotten how good the Nets can be?
I think we have. And they're also getting a little bit healthier. They get Joe Harris back this year. They get better defensively with Ben Simmons, as much as people want to talk about his offensive game. I went heavy on them last year against Boston in the first round. They got swept. But when you have if you have two of the best players on the court, and most of the times on most nights the Nets do, you're probably going to win a game. You're definitely going to win a series. They realize what's at stake here. It could be their last year together with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. They're a high ceiling team talent wise. I definitely think they should be talked about a little bit more, but we typically talk too much about the off the court stuff. But on the court, the Nets can make some noise.
All right, that'll do it for our NBA preview of the conference champions for East and West. He's Bobby Stanley. I'm Mark Zinno. Thanks for watching. For more information on the NBA season, go to Pickswise.com.